Alright, in this video, let's have a look at the hydro simulation. So this is the preset of the massive volcano. It's this one right here. But I got rid of the built-in hydro simulation to show you the hydro simulation now. Okay, so anyway, let's go back to the physics tab and pull in the hydro simulation node. There we go. And by default, it's turned off, so it's not going to do anything. But before we turn it on, let's go ahead and create a bake node. And we will turn it on and then bake. There we go. And connect this to the landscape to object node and connect this to the output. Okay, so right now there is no changes just yet, but we can now generate the water mesh using this node. There we go. So we have a little bit of water here. This is without the water. This is with the water. All right. And you can set the material for the water here. Let's just use the default water for now. And let's have a look at the render. So you see we have some nice water at the base of the mountain. Let's have a look. Let's take a closer look at the mesh. So you see at this region, the water started to rise from the ground below. So let's have a look at the hydro simulation node. Let me just make it a little wider. All right. So right now we have the temperature set at 25 degrees. Let's set this to something like minus 20 below the freezing point. And we will bake again. There we go. So let's have a look at the mountain. There we go. We have snow coming down from the mountain and sticking on top of the slope like that. Now let's take a look at the shader. So this is the default, the base shader without any snow. And here I pulled in the landscape data node. And this node has this snow output. So let's have a look. It's going to be like this. This is the snow map. And I use this snow map to mix the base shader with a simple diffuse shader. It's just a simple white shader like this. And the result is a snow-covered mountain. Let's go back to the geometry node editor. And let's see what happens if we increase the amount of water. All right, bake again. And there we go. You see the snow kind of covered the entire mountain. I mean the base of the mountain. And it kind of covered these concave areas as well. So let's have a look at the render. Very nice, right? And we can actually manipulate the snow map a little bit. So I'm going to put in a map range node. And I'm going to increase this to 3 and this to 1. To 2 and 5. It's gonna smooth out the transition a little bit. Maybe something like that. That's a lot better. And you see we still have a little bit of water that has not frozen. So let's go back here and get rid of the water. There we go. Alright, now let's have a look at the other parameters of the hydro simulation node. First we have the iteration and the rest iteration. The iterations is the step of simulations at which the water was added. And then during the rest iterations, the water just flow down and the system will not add any more water. However, you can turn off this water over time option and then these two will become pretty much the same. So basically we have 256 iterations. The water will be added to the landscape on the first iteration. And then for the remaining 255 iterations, basically the system will just simulate the behavior of the original amount of water and not add any more water to it. Now you should turn this off if you want the water to pull into lakes or something like that. And turn this on if you want to have a flow of water coming down from the mountain. Alright, next we have the water flow rate. This is the speed at which the water flow down the slope, but I don't recommend increasing this to something above 1.3, alright? If you increase this to 2, you're going to end up with a lot of errors. You can lower this to something like 0.5 to slow down the flow rate of the water, but do not increase this to something too high, alright? So let's just set this to 1 for now. And next we have the evaporation rate. every iteration, a certain amount of water will be removed from the landscape. And we can set this to 0 to preserve the entire amount of water. And we have the temperature, which we already covered. We have the freezing point. This is the threshold at which the water start to freeze into snow and snow start to melt into water depending on the temperature. So we have the temperature. The further away from the freezing point, the faster the water will freeze and the faster the snow will melt. However, you can increase or decrease the rate using these two parameters. And we have the ice expansion. When water freezes into ice, it kind of increases the volume a little bit. So you can set this to, let's say 2, to have the snow increase the volume by 2 times. And this is the slope angle. Below this angle, the snow will not slide down. And above this threshold, the snow will start sliding down the slope. And we have the rate of the sliding. And we can increase the stickiness to force some snow to stick onto the surface regardless of the slope angle. Next, we have the flow and the height channel. The height channel will be the base of the simulation. It will use this to simulate the behavior of the water. And we have the flow channel. By default, it's going to override the flow channel created by this particle erosion node. But if you want to preserve the original flow of the particles, then you can just rename this to something different, say flow 2. And we can simulate again. All right. And let's have a look at the shader editor. And this will be the flow of the particles. All right. And for the flow 2 channel, it's a custom channel, so we're going to have to pull in manually. So we will type this here, flow 2. There we go. And there we go. We have the second flow channel. So right now the hydro simulation is covering the entire landscape with snow. What if you want to isolate a certain height level, like the top of the mountain, right? To do that, you have to use the height information to control the temperature. So let me just move everything a little bit forward and go to the mask builders. We have the selectors here and we can select a certain height level, like so. And let's increase the height a little bit more and increase the transition like that. So this is a transition from 0 to 1. All right. But we can map this into a temperature map. So let's say down here we have 25 degrees, but up here we have minus 50 degrees. All right. To do that, we can simply add a map range node, and we can map the 0 to 1 range into a 25 to minus 50 degrees. All right. So this will be our temperature map, and we can put the temperature map into the temperature parameter right here. And let's reduce the amount of water to something like 25 and bake again. All right, let's have a look. So we have a little bit of snow sticking up here. We can actually increase the amount of snow using the ice expansion, or we can increase the amount of water. And perhaps we should slow down the flow rate so that the water kind of stick up here a little longer before it goes away down here. So let's set this to 0.5 and increase the amount of water to 50. And let's try again. All right, you see the snow is smoothing out some concave areas at the top. And let's have a look. So you see we have some very nice snow going on here. But this is a very low resolution mesh, so there is not much going on here. So I'm going to pause the video and increase the resolution to 2K. Set this to 1, all right? And I'm going to bake again, and I'm going to show you the result. All right, the simulation is complete, and this one took 261 seconds. So it's around less than 5 minutes. So currently it's looking like this, but this is not how it really looked because we actually manipulated the snow map a bit. So let's have a look at the default flow map, the snow map. So you see we have some very nice snow falling down like so. Look at that. It's very realistic and very high detailed. And just for the sake of demonstration, let's have a look at the water mesh. And there we go. You see we have a lot of water flowing down the slope like that. Look at that. So anyway, that is how you use the hydro simulation node to generate water as well as snow for your landscape.